Okay, hello. I go by Durin, and I am a freelance composer and sound designer, primarily for games, but I'm also open to doing it for other mediums as well. I played the piano when I was younger, as you do. Many children here in Singapore have that experience, I feel. I didn't take it too seriously back then because it was more of a thing that, your parents just forced upon you. But after being away from it for a little bit, I actually came back to it and I found that I really enjoyed music, and I also picked up the guitar and I started to produce on Logic in around 2021. And since then, I've just been doing this for fun, and I realized that this was something that I really might want to make as a career later on after I graduated. So most of it has been self-taught. The thing about doing things self-taught is that there's not really too much of a structure. So I found myself having to always look for solutions and tutorials for really specific things that I needed. And I thought that it would be really good to join this course because it seemed really comprehensive and it would fill up a lot of the gaps that I had left out in terms of fundamentals from the beginning. Yeah, I think it's been really great because again, coming from a self-taught background, everything is a bit all over the place. You're just picking things up here and there. You don't really have a structure. But from this course, everything has a really good, you start from the foundation, really the basics, right down to just organizational skills, making sure your files are really neat, which is not something that I did before. And I could honestly still use some work on. And I learned lots of things about mixing, which was a really, really big weakness I think that I lacked, and I definitely still need to continue to improve on. And even things that I thought I was pretty decent at, it really just gave me a bit of a level up. So I think that's really great. Well, again, as I've been saying, it's a really comprehensive course. It covers everything that you could possibly need and even things that you didn't think you needed. And I think another really, really important aspect is also the community, because a lot of friends that I have, they don't necessarily, they're not also musicians, or they don't make music. So even though it's something that they can be oh yeah, music is cool, it's not something they really, really deeply appreciate or are super nerds about the technical side of things. And I think it's really, really cool to have a community of people around you who share that same passion and interest, and then you can just nerd all about shit together. You just go the doors are closing. So I wanted to do something like that.